sentences. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper.
Entering settings screen, you have 18 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
Stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it. Focus thing, I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Okay, Coach, we are in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run with a second-year man from ASU, Kalen Ballage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Rosen looking to throw. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
He's got a man. It's Williams. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. Rosen on 1st and 10. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, but it'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl quarterback Denzel Ward. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 23-yard line.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 24-yard line.
Set, 180! It's out time. It's out time, guys. It's out time.
On second down now, Hilliard. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Sec, 180! Regular. Pilot, 64, weak. No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Hey, let's get in there.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Seibert's kick is good. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Wilson. It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get him the first.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
A play fake to Balaj. Now Rosen toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They'll run here with Balaj. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Watch the slip. Watch the slip. Shoot. Alert.
On 3rd down, Rosen. They'll set up the screen to Balaj. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. And a screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Here now, Brett Maher. He hit from 62 in his rookie season of 2018. This will be from 56 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Good. 180. Bring it.
From the gun, Mayfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
Brownz, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Mayfield looks to throw. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 31-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Browns 3, Dolphins nothing.
Good. 180. 125. Real. Run. You got tight right there. 36. Real. Watch out.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Real.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's got his man. That's Landry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Brownz touchdown. Jarvis Landry. His second touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. 80. Begin.
Balaj. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
From the gun on third down, it's Rosen. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. Rosen now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here.
Alert! 50 wants the mic!
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He completes it to Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 15-yard line. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down.
Jim. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll throw it with Rosen toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Second down and goal. Rosen. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
And it feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football, and that's exactly what happened there.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Run. Protein spill. Bang, 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 bang.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room to stay in bounds and catch the ball.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Zach Brown making his presence felt in the backfield.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. I'm on. Kings. 52's the mic, boys. 52. I got it.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Mayfield. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 29-yard line.
19 yards. That's good for a Brownz first down. 180. First and 10. Hey, alert, alert.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Looking for the end zone. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Mayfield. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Mayfield now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down.
You don't want it. Sponge. No. Alert.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And now it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. A team to leave on the coverage.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Point it right.
And again, it's Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to go back to Beckham there, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Seibert able to knock this one through. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A run for Nick Chubb, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it 3rd down. Now Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll get this out in a hurry to Parker. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Open man here, Neil Sterling, the tight end. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rosen. And this is caught. It's Parker. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup. With Devontae Parker, there was quite a bit of chatter in the offseason that the Dolphins might not pick up his 5th-year option, but they did. And one man who's certainly happy with that, quarterback Josh Rosen. It's a guy that Brian Flores, head coach in Miami, wants around and in that locker room. Now a man open down the middle of the field. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Rosen now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Switch.
Middle.
Throwing again, it's Rosen. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who throw it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Set. Check 53. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
They want to go to the air again with Rosen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. From the 16, Mayfield. And his throw here is incomplete. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. This pass complete to Higgins. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Returnable for Grant. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. A scoring update from the southern edge of Ohio down in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals hoping to pull off a bit of a shocker. They lead in that one. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
We got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Now Rosen looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And look at this. It's a fake. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
Set. 180. Right there in the middle. 55. Crunch time, defense.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
You better talk to your boy.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the 1st down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 26 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
He's not going to get me. Alert.
Now Balaj. And he'll power his way up near the 25. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Right here. Shoot. Check the backer.
Again, it's Balaj. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. Call that a very strong gain of 24. The catches like that, that's what the Dolphins envisioned when they took Gesicki high in the 2nd round a season ago. He did have 22 catches as a rookie, but did not find the end zone. Certainly feels more comfortable wearing number 88, his old college number, after sporting 86 as a rookie. A play fake to Balaj, now Rosen. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Mayfield to throw it. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, a 22. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On play action, Rosen. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Now it's Rosen. He gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the gun, it's Rosen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 4. And a completion to Wilson. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Albert Wilson, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Baker Mayfield, as a rookie, 3 times he led the Browns back to victory in the 4th quarter. What can he do here in year number 2? Now this one complete downfield on the left side. A first down there on a pickup of 25. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Mayfield now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he's got some space here. Pushing him away.
Popped it right out there.
That one 28 yards on the ground.
But they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he completes it to Hunt. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on 1st down. Hunt. A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Dolphins' 7-yard line.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down, but they are in field goal range already. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. Seibert's kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
Go, Red.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Back to throw. They'll set up the screen to Balaj. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he finds Parker here, complete. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's a run with Balaj. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Toss play to Balaj. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be.
And that's caught inside the 30. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And this is caught, and it's a 3-point game. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. It's Rosen. It's Williams on the catch. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And the Dolphins first down.
He's back to throw. It's complete to Williams. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly. Even